All right, to welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, we're here to advocate for children first. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on my channel. It'll be very, very helpful. We have two stories today. And I will be posting Fridays, Tuesdays. Let's see. I'll be posting Fridays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Um, two stories. Um, the first story happened in Houston, Texas, on the west side of Houston, Texas. So, I'm gonna read the story, and then I'm gonna give my opinion after the video, or after the story, and so I wrote down the article on a piece of paper here. 14-year-old 14-year-old Lamar High School student in West Houston killed during robbery. That is the title. A $25,000 reward is being offered for more information leading to the arrest of the suspects who killed a 14-year-old Lamar High School student in West Houston on Thursday. Houstoners joined by Axel Torres' family as they pleaded with the public for help finding the vicious killers in the 14-year-old case. Police said the shooting happened the night of Friday, May the 6th, outside of the apartment complex where he lived on Ella Lee Lane. Authorities said a Good Samaritan heard the shooting and aided Axel, who later died at the hospital. The Good Samaritan told police that Axel was shot during an apparent robbery. The Good Samaritan also reported seeing two Hispanic males between 15 to 17 years old fleeing the scene and getting into a PT Cruiser. According to investigators, it's believed at least 3 people were in that vehicle. During an investigation and reviewing surveillance video in the area, authorities said they have been able to develop a license plate on the vehicle in a direction of travel. Anyone with information is urged to contact Houston Police or Crime Stoppers. Now, here's what I'm going to say. You have criminals between the age of 15 and 17 committing robberies. committing murder. You know, I think it's sad when you can't even be outside anymore. Well, you can't even sit on your own front porch or walk down the street or go to the store or go to a friend's house or go, somewhere in public without being shot, robbed. You know, it's time to put the guns down because you're not only hurting people, but you're hurting yourself. Because when you shoot somebody and that person dies from the injury, it's called murder. And you're gonna be sitting in jail, singing your woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're talking about a 14-year-old who was shot by three assailants, who was coward enough to go into hiding. But I'm gonna say this, and there's always a getaway driver. I don't understand the logic, the point for being a getaway driver because you're gonna get that same amount of time as the perpetrators. You're gonna get that same amount of time. So by you being in that vehicle with the two shooters, you just as guilty. You get a attorney, a defense attorney. Uh, you can represent yourself, a family attorney. When they hit that gavel and say guilty, it's nothing you can do. Life is over because you chose to be a coward. You chose to run around and commit an offense. You chose. You chose your destiny. You chose to be ignorant. You chose to not have common sense. Common sense. You killed a 14-year-old over what? A robbery attempt? Attempted robbery? Really? No, people don't understand. These are people, children. Okay, these are people, loved ones. You out here running the streets, killing people for what? Just to steal from somebody? It's called get a job. You know what I'm saying? It's called, get assistance. There's different ways you can get money instead of robbing somebody and killing them. I don't understand people sometimes. Just do the dirtiest things and make themselves look, you know, 10 times stupider. It's just common sense. Put the weapons down. I got one more story to share with you guys. This next story is one of the. This is a heinous story. This story happened last week, Saturday. This story happened on May 14th, 2022, in my city. This happened in Buffalo, New York. It happened at Tops. There was a mass shooting that happened at Tops on Jefferson Avenue. I'm going to read you the article that I wrote down. And this specific Tops location, I actually used to live around where that Tops, you know what I'm saying, was located. And I used to always go to that Tops. And I think it's sad that somebody would cause harm. But here's the article. Buffalo top shooting on Jefferson Avenue. As Buffalo, New York mourns the victims of a mass shooting at a supermarket Saturday that left 10 dead and 3 wounded. Details are emerging about the shooter movements before the attack unfolded. The 18-year-old shooter, who is a self confessed white supremacist, shot 11 black and 2 white victims in a racially motivated hate crime. Authorities said it plunged the mostly black Buffalo East Side neighborhood into grief and shocked the shooter traveled and shot. The shooter traveled from his home about 200 miles, which is 320 kilometers, from his home of Conklin, New York, to Buffalo. High school authorities in Broome County, New York, called the police in June of 2021, claiming that he had threatened violence in comments made to fellow students. The shooter arrived at Tops around 2:30 p.m., authorities said. He wore military garb and body armor, as well as a tactical helmet, according to ABC News. His rampage began in the store's parking lot. He shot 4 people outside the store, local prosecutors said. So he shot 4 people outside the store parking lot and killed them instantly, and then went in and killed more people. Now I'm going to read down the 13 people altogether were shot. 10 did not make it. 3 were injured. 10 were killed and 3 didn't make it. 10 were killed and 3 was injured. The people who were killed, the 10 people who were killed was Roberta A. Drury of Buffalo, New York, who was age 32. Marcus D. Morrison of Buffalo, New York, who was 52. Andrew McNeil of Auburn, New York, age 53. Aaron Salter of Lockport, New York, age 55. Galdon Talley of Buffalo, New York, age 62. Celestine Chaney of Buffalo, New York, age 65. Hayward Patterson of Buffalo, New York, age 67. Catherine Massey of Buffalo, New York, age 72. Pearl Young of Buffalo, New York, age 77. And Ruth Whitfield of Buffalo, New York, age 86. The 3 were injured were Zaire Goodman of Buffalo, New York, age 20. Jennifer Warrington of Tonawanda, New York, age 50. Christopher Braden of Lackawanna, age 55. Um, Zaire Goodman, who was injured, he's 20. He was released from the hospital. And Jennifer Warrington of Tonawanda, age 50, was also released from the hospital. Christopher Braden of Lackawanna, age 55, is still in the hospital. Um, let's see. I'm going to read the 10 victims' background, and then I'm going to give my commentary afterwards. Aaron Salter. He was a retired police officer He was the security guard at TAPS, a father, former bass player, substitute teacher, created the first car engine. He was an amateur scientist. Celestine Chaney was a breast cancer survivor, church member, grandmother. She loved bingo. One of her granddaughters called her "little lady full of spunk." Deacon Patterson, um, drive people to the grocery store, volunteer at the soup kitchen, would give his shirt off his back for his wife, welcome people into his church. Geraldine Talley arrived at the store with fiance. He survived by running down a different aisle. Marcus Morrison is a father of three. Andrew McNeil, who's 53, he was a native of Auburn, New York. He was at the supermarket Saturday to get a birthday cake for his son when he was shot and killed. Cat Macy, she loved to cut grass in the local park, give choice to the kids on the streets. Paul Young taught Sunday school and led youth groups. Roberta moved from Syracuse, New York to Buffalo to help her older brother and to take care of his children once he was diagnosed with cancer. And then Ruth was a mother of four, retired commissioners, Garnell Wheatfield's son, and she loved God. Now, I'm going to give my commentary on this. In my opinion. Now, the suspect is 18 years old. 18. And to have two firearms, shotguns, in your car. Remember, he's 18. My question would be, how did he get access to weapons? Because you could already tell that he had no permit, and someone sold him a gun. Somebody would have to know he was 18. This was the first red flag. Secondly, he'd been to Buffalo previously just to look around and set up his plan back in March. That's another red flag. Third, his parents have a photo of the whole family holding shotguns. Fifth is that he had body armor and tactical gear on. Where did he get all that from? Remember, he's 18. So I'm assuming that someone bought it, bought the guns and the equipment from him. Somebody did. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm going to tell you about the victims. Aaron Salter was a security guard there. He was a retired police officer, and then he worked as security for TAPS when he was shot and killed by the suspect. Um, Celestin Channing, you know, is a breast cancer survivor, a church member, a grandmother. She loved bingo. She's full of joy. Um, the deacon of a church who volunteered in the community went and did a little bit of shopping and was killed. Jordan Talley. She arrived at the store with her fiance, did some shopping. When he went in and started shooting and killed her and her fiance, made it out. Marcus Morrison, a father of three children. Andrew McNeil, 53, of Auburn, New York. He was there Saturday to get his 9-year-old son a cake and was killed. And all he wanted to do was buy his son a cake for his birthday. Cat Massey, loved cut grass in the local parks and gave back to the community. Prayan taught school on Sundays and led youth groups. Roberta, she moved from Syracuse and had children, but take care of her brother's children. Her older brother's children, who was diagnosed with cancer when she was killed at TAPS. Ruth is a mother of 4. Her son is a retired commissioner. Your son was a retired commissioner. She loved God. Now I'm gonna tell you what's sad. 4 things I said about this story. Number 1, the victims were between the ages of between the ages of 32 to 86. The youngest victim to be shot was 20. Who was injured. Number 2, he went into TAPS to kill all black people. That was his motive, his plan. 3, I'm gonna tell you what's sad. What's sad is that you couldn't even shop without a coward coming inside and shooting people in and outside. And also, I think what's sad is the father who was killed simply buying his son a cake for his birthday. He killed him. Murdered him in cold blood. Murdered 10 people in cold blood. You went to TAPS, in a all black community, and killed multiple people. And the most tragic and sad thing that happened, besides people being killed and injured, you had people in the store hiding in freezers. An 8-year-old little girl was hiding in a freezer. You know, there's a special place in hell for white supremacists who comes to people's city and cause harm. You shut up a business that was around for many years. And he's now charged with first degree murder. And if found guilty, they say he faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, let me mind you, he's charged with first degree murder. He's looking at 10 counts of murder right now. 10. I don't know why he's not charged with all 10 murders right now. I think he should be charged right now with 10 counts of murder, 3 counts of attempted murder, multiple counts of aggravated assault, multiple counts of gun charges, terroristic attack, and some more charges. He needs the death penalty. I'm against the death penalty. I'm not a fan of the death penalty. But he needs it. He needs it. He needs to be executed for what he did. He ruined a community for life. That's what he did. And now people in the community have to pick up the pieces and put it back together. I'm gonna say this, and I think that, in my opinion, racism needs to be gone. You got white people targeting blacks. You got blacks targeting white. You got Jewish targeting such and such. Japanese targeting such and such. Different cultures targeting each other. I think that we should come together. It doesn't matter if you're born a certain color. You still, at the end of the day, is a person, a human being. We are still people. It doesn't matter if we're black. It doesn't matter if you're white, Caucasian, Mexican. You still a human being. You still a person. Treat us like we are people and not strangers on the street. I'm gonna end this video off, but before I do, I want to give my condolences to the 10 victims and their family. I want to give well wishes to the 3 people who's injured. And in our last story, I want to give my condolences to that family in West Houston. I think we need to come together in the universe. We need to come together and put the guns down. It ain't worth it. If you don't have a certain criteria, like a permit, you shouldn't be carrying a gun. You shouldn't be using a gun like it's a toy, because it's not. You shouldn't be walking around with a gun that's not registered. And that's the time the guns, I'm saying about guns, get into the communities. Because guns are being sold throughout the inner cities and country. And particularly, these guns are stolen. And they're being sold for profit and getting money to buy these guns. So people are buying stolen guns off the street. And that's why these guns are causing harm in our community. We need to stop with the illegal selling of firearms. because they're causing crime in our city. They're not helping us. They're killing people. They're causing to get in the hands of narcissists, ignorant white men who think that they could come and target the black community. And when I was watching those, I seen all the race come together. I seen blacks, I seen whites, I seen Asians, Puerto Ricans, all that come together after this tragedy at Tops on Jefferson Avenue. We gotta come together. We have to put the guns down, put the firearms down. Our children from the ages of 1 years old to 11, 12 years old, 18, 14 years old, 15, 16 years old should not be scared to come outside. Should not be scared, to go to the store. Shouldn't be scared to go to school. Because you're gonna ruin and tarnish and cause harm in the community. Pray for the families of these victims. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. We will get this right. We will get justice of this case. These families will get justice. Justice need and will be served. He needs to be off the streets and put in prison for what he did. He's dangerous. And one other thing before I end, you know, never mind. You just be mindful and think before you do. Don't be stupid. Don't be monkey see monkey do. Somebody, you know, sell a gun on the corner. Don't go and buy a gun off the corner and resell it. That's stupid. Don't be a follower. Be a leader in your community. Be a leader. You have young children who are looking up to people in the community. And when children see what adults do, they're going to do. Be mindful. Be mindful. Think twice before you do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to hug, kiss, and thank your loved ones. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video. Hit the subscribe. Show me some love in the comment section. Get this video to at least, let's just try for 2K, 2,000 views. And share this video. Share it with your family, friends, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, neighbor. Share this video. This video is awareness. We need to bring awareness to ourselves and the community. So please share this video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.